How's the cat got your Yes, dude! The people in the door was made after the incident occurred. And once I returned to the shop having failed to catch the 2 burglars, Scotland Yard's investigators arrived immediately. Since that time, the police have been at Windabank constantly, carrying out their investigation. So, isn't that right, Inspector Gregson?
Of course. Place is chock full of pond articles and my lads had to go through all of them, working themselves after death. So get the order out of the office and working around the clock and shift so we get through it all.
And consequently, there's no way that you, Mr. Graydon, could have gained access to the shop. It was a crime scene after all. I even had to get special papers. What about you? Therefore, you should have known nothing about the people on the storeroom door. So the fact that it exists forms the basis of your testimony. It's completely inconceivable.
Objection!
That he didn't say inconceivable today, but...
And yet the fact remains that Mr. Graydon did maintain that he witnessed the crime taking place through the peephole door.
How on earth is that possible? Is that Sholmes?
Could I have a word, please, Lord Vanziix?
Speak, Inspector.
It's just that I really ought to be getting back to the station now to put my report in. There's really nothing more I can add to that testimony. I haven't talked in like 3 episodes, man. I mean, so it's all the same to you.
Permission denied.
Oh, okay. Pardon me for asking nicely.
It's not all the same to me, Inspector. Not at all. You will remain exactly where you are until this trial concludes.
Okay. Suit yourself. Of course, sir.
What was that about? Graydon. What? You shouldn't have known about the existence of the people. Bottom line. Which can only mean that you must have been informed about it by somebody else. Could have been one of the Skulkin brothers?
Objection!
What? You can't object to that. You can't...
Stop there, my friend. You realize I trust that the words you just uttered have extremely serious implications.
Huh? What do you mean? Yes, I guess they do. But the defense believes that the details about the case that Mr. Graydon claims to have seen must have been revealed to him by a certain person before his testimony. And in fact, considering a particular clue we have, there's only one person it could be? What? What do you mean? I'm clueless. Oh my god, no. Who was this person, counsel? Who gave the witness details of the crime scene? Okay, he definitely wasn't Pop Winbag. Let's just go in order. Wait. Hold up. It clearly wasn't himself. But... do you guys remember when Greggy was like shaking this dude down? And then there's that other weird time where he was whispering something to Graydon. I think... No, Naruto said it himself, right? They were... what's the word he used? Negotiating? Did Tobias tell him? Why would you do that? You gotta be kidding me. Come on, Greggy, don't do it. Okay, can I think of a counter argument? If he didn't go back in the building, like no matter what way you look at it, the only people that were knowledgeable of the crime scene are, our gang, Gina, and the cops. And there's only one cop in my people report. I think it's Gregson. The truth is, it can only have been you, Inspector Gregson. I should have got away when I could.
Objection!
Nah, dude, I got him. That's what that was a hint. They were like,
Oh, hey, man, can I, gotta go, sorry.
You ought to better have some proof to substantiate such a rash claim, my friend.
consider the fact that he'd only been aware of Mr. Ashley Graydon's identity for the last hour. We learned it only during the course of the trial today. Yeah, I guess. Preparations for his testimony were made with a great urgency during our hour-long recess, while the police executed the subpoena and brought the man here. And until that time, Mr. Graydon would have had no idea, no inkling, that he would suddenly be required. Oh my God, I just felt a chill up my spine. It is Gregson. Dude. It's the only thing that makes sense. Holy crap. That means Graydon concocted that whole story on the fly? What the heck? Are you suggesting that until such time he was summoned? Yes, my lord. Until then, it's reasonable to assume he knew nothing of the people. It was only once Mr. Graydon was in the stand that he realized his position, that he would have to defend himself against the accusations that he was the third intruder.
You're suggesting to the court that it was while this trial was in progress that he received the information, so he could commit perjury in order to save his own skin.
Yes, exactly. And the only person with knowledge of the investigation that he had any contact with is you, Inspector Gregson.
Hey, that's a blooming outrage. Why would I give away data to investigation to this fella, huh? I was summoned to his lordship's chamber during the recess of my case. Have you forgotten that? Huh? Pipsqueak?
That's quite true. I had a number of questions regarding the events that transpired at the pawnbrokery.
Which means the first time these two laid eyes on one another was after proceedings resumed following the recess. Since then, they've been in full view in the stand, where such illicit discussions couldn't possibly have occurred.
Except they did. They did, and I remember it, man.
I just remembered something, Runo. Huh? What's up? There was one time before, wasn't there? I think it was when Ginny was testifying.
Yes. When the bailiff was dispatched to retrieve McGilded's music box. That's it! It was during the testimony. Dude, does that mean you can miss that? Bruh. My God. I feel like I'm doping, legitimately. Just the fact I'm recording these all back to back, it's so helpful. Not to break, character or anything, but sometimes these are the first time I saw, here's a fun fact. First time I saw Egbert was almost a month ago, bruh. For real. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't remember every little detail. Sue me! But I think that makes it more fun. It would have been possible for you to give Mr. Graydon the information he needed then.
You little toe rag, you're making all this up, huh? I'm in the respectable Scotland Yard business. I'm an inspector, for crying out loud. Why would I do something like that? Huh? Why would I give anyone confidential details to some line of this bloke, huh?
Admittedly, you wouldn't have any reason to do such a thing for no gain. Perhaps. Oh my God, don't tell me. Did Gregson take a bribe or something? No. I want him to be a good guy. It was part of a deal of some kind. Then it starts to make sense.
What deal do you speak?
I wonder if perhaps, in exchange for details about the people of the crime scene, Mr. Graydon agreed to give a certain something to the inspector. What? What do you mean? Oh my God, they're not talking. Dude, I think we're right. I'm sure I need not remind the inspector that if found to be true, striking a deal of any kind with a witness will be considered a gross case of malfeasance? Well. Dude, if you want to get a light sentence, you better just spill it.
It's becoming quite clear. Not jumping in with accusations is his Nipponese student's specialty.
No, I thought really hard about this, actually. I'm kind of insulted.
But the stakes so high, the prosecution is not prepared to listen to such baseless charges. It is incumbent of the defense now to present evidence in support of his diabolical claim.
How can I have evidence that they were doing deals? What?
Else what are you proposing that the inspector demanded of the witness in return? Huh?
Court must see proof of the alleged deal? I got no evidence. Oh my God. What? If Inspector Gregson really did strike a deal with Mr. Graydon, Then logically, there's only one thing he could have asked for. That must be it. Okay, what is missing from the case? Sorry, Iris, honey, I need a second. The third gun. I need to look at my evidence. Give me a second. I'm onto something here. We don't know where. No, we have the box now. So that's covered up. There's the third gun. And there's also the second disc. Where the heck is that second disc? I know, okay, that's McGilded, whatever. But the second one is MIA still. That's the only way this makes any sense. Where'd you even put the disc in? Oh, you like lift that up and put it in. So yeah. He's been acting funny about these discs the entire chapter. I'm not that dumb. What if it is that? Okay, counter argument. What if there is no second disc? Then it probably was the gun. So we even have a backup.
What do you think it could be, Bruno?
It's the missing link that joins all the dots together in this puzzle. I'm for sure. I must press you for an answer now, counsel. The evidence that explains the nature of the alleged deals, Inspector Gregson. Oh crap. Oh crap. I can't save. Can I? I don't know. I don't want to save because I don't want you to know how late in the night I'm recording these. Okay. Because then my mom's gonna be like, "You're working too hard," and then my comments gonna be like, "Johnny, don't overdo it." But like, bro, I want to finish the game. Okay.
I'll get off when I want to get off, okay?
Not important. God, I lost my train of thought because I was talking like an idiot. Okay. I need to read these very carefully. The strange music box only appears to play a single tone. That's one thing. But what are the chances? I'm sure it has to be the music box, right? Because there's no third gun to select. So, and logically speaking, the third gun is somewhere in Graydon's quarters. So we're not gonna find it, and can't get a warrant in time to search him. I'm going my gut. No, maybe it's something I need to analyze first. I don't think so. Okay, that did not work out. We got 2 shots, right? Screw it. I'm going with the disc. Where's the other one at, huh? Inspector Gregson. Besides this murder, is it not true that you've been working on another very important case?
Well, yeah, I'm a multitasker. What you getting at, sunshine? Is that a crime? I don't think it is. Let me check my book. Hold on.
Is it possible that this other top secret case is what alluded to in this newspaper article here? The classified secrets being leaked overseas from the Ministry of Justice.
How the blood in Norway? Could you? Oh.
We discovered during the course of this trial the music box deposited at Windabanks by Magnus McGilded, a special music box designed to play 2 discs at once. It would seem very likely now that the encoded on the pair of discs that were in McGilded's possession are the leaked classified secrets. So I put it in you, Inspector, that in order to recover the second of the discs containing those secrets, you covertly made a deal with Mr. Graydon, in which you exchanged the disc for the details. We got it! Yeah! You little... It's over. We wrapped it up. Holy crud! Who didn't commit a crime this trial? Jesus! I didn't, that's for sure. And you bet... Boy, hush up. I'm not about to. On the day of the incident, when we met you at the Windabanks, you said this.
Yeah, I'll be taking out whatever it is Miss Gilded down the yard, all right? Thank you very much. Don't think too much about it. So hand it over already.
No, don't. Don't give it to him. It's mine. Besides, he looks like a perv.
What? That's uncalled for, me little miss. Anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken back as evidence.
Anything. Oh. Gregson, why didn't you just like,
hey, he's trying to sort of deal with me. This guy's got evidence. You could have just claimed it that way.
Scotland Yard already knew at the time. Isn't that right? That Magnus McGilda was involved in stealing government secrets!
Oh man, my orders were to cover the medium. It was to convey the secrets leaked from the ministry and do it on the QT. Strictly hush-hush, you know what I'm saying? QT stands for quiet. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Didn't ask.
And that explains why, when I presented this disc as evidence in court, you objected so heavily, I presume. Because you knew that contained highly confidential information.
Oh, but I mean, yeah, I wasn't that sure. I'm just, I realized there was a possibility, that's all.
Inspector? My God. Surely you're not saying that in order to acquire the second music box disc, you would indeed reveal confidential details of the crime? And possibly let a killer get free? To aid the abet this man in giving false testimony? There's no other way that Mr. Graydon could have known of the existence of the peephole. It's the only explanation. A deal was struck between the two. It's over. It's actually finally over. That's every loose end. That's how he knew about the jacket, too.
If, and I stress if, this sobering assertion turns out to be founded in truth, it would mean that the second disc is as we speak, here in this very courtroom.
Wait, you're right. What the? We can get it. How could you make a claim like that?
Because Inspector Gregson is a Scotland Yard detective.
I don't follow. What? What's that supposed to mean, huh? What are you saying? Say it.
As a seasoned policeman, the inspector will have approached this alleged deal with caution. Certainly would not accept a gentleman's agreement in this matter. No. He would have insisted on having the article agreed upon in the palm of his hand.
I mean, that adds up. Yeah, he probably wouldn't fall for the bluff. Then you mean to say Inspector Gregson already has the item? No way! You got the second disc on your boy?
Yes!
He sure does. I bet it. So where is it? The defense demands the inspectors be searched at once!
Definitely. They could only have struck a deal with each other when Ginny was testifying before. And Gregsy hasn't moved from the witness stand not once.
My lord, please, order an examination of his personnel immediately! Well, I'm sorry, Gregson, but come on, man. I gotta do it. He's not even gonna protest. Thank God. He's cooperating.
Nah, I don't want that bite after all. I'm gonna put it back. This young lad wants to tone down his imagination. He insulted me and my profession quite enough, all right?
What? Are you really bluffing?
However, that'll put this matter to bed and dispel any doubt about my involvement. I'll happily submit to a body search.
Oh, thank God.
Why is it playing the sad music? What?
He's agreeing to it?
I presume you're aware of the precipice on which you now teeter, my learned friend. You've made a most serious allegation against Scotland Yard. In following the search of the inspector's personal effects, no disc is found. You'll be deemed unfit for court service. And this trial will end. And my country's government will formally demand that you are simply severely reprimanded.
That's oh my, what? But I mean, come on, guys, like, that's a lot to... This is bull. Indeed, it is, as they say, bull. And I'm not gonna say the last word, no. To have a visiting student make such defamatory remarks about our country's most serious police force, that's, golly, it's something Her Majesty's government will be able to overlook, man.
You're just threatening Runa because you're all scared.
Oh, the accusation is beyond serious. You must be prepared for grave consequences.
Is that a threat, punk? I'm scared. It's true. I can't imagine Gregson would accept a gentleman's agreement for something so critical. The disc must have physically changed hands, which means the inspector should have it. But somehow something doesn't feel right. What the heck? What the dump? All right, counsel. You know the implications. Let me ask you one last time. I don't want to do it. I don't. No, I'm canceling. No. But what if he's bluffing? Withdraw the request, search someone else? Why would search someone else? Hold on. Search someone else. God dang it. God dang it. This seems overly dramatic to you all, right? But I saved, like, my last save's like 4 hours ago. And I really don't want to reveal that I'm playing video games at this hour. It's gonna make me seem like a freak. And I can't have that. But hear me out. I don't want to just mash A for like an hour and a half. That would suck. I've done it before in Ace Attorney 2. I don't want to do it ever again. If he's so eager to be like, oh yeah, search me. I ain't afraid to lose my job or nothing. We cannot pick one. We just cannot. I'm reading the room. I'm looking at his eyes. I'm seeing everything. If we withdraw the request, though, where does that leave us? But, dude, if this option wasn't here, I would say just search him. But legit, let's see who else we can search. Maybe it traveled. Just saying. The defense formally demands the search be conducted. Huh? Don't say. Oh my effing god. Oh my effing god. Holy dump. I think I figured it out. If I'm right. They hinted this too!
Don't say you weren't warned. Your typical Nepalese stubbornness may well land you in hot water. Perhaps the lesson will do you some good.
Yeah, fair enough. Got none to hide.
Very well then. Bailiff, conduct a search. No, not on him. It's been a while since that happened. The defense demands a search, but not of the inspector. What?
Come on, what's all this in? I'm the one you accusing, aren't I? Thought you wanted to search me.
Well, you happen to be next to two thieves right now, so I was just thinking. Not you, Inspector. Somebody else, actually.
What's the meaning of this, huh? Lost at it last, huh? Have you, sunshine? Of course you had to put over this nonsense. You're being completely irrational.
No, I am not. Be quiet, all of you. You're ticking me off. Hush. What? Huh? That was Iris.
Bruno's doing what you all told him to do and having the courage of his convictions. So you should respect that and listen to what he has to say in good faith. Because that's the British way.
Who let this child in here? Get her! Get her in grade school! The truant officers are off duty, I'm afraid. Well said, but, this court is in awe of the defense counsel's conviction and eagerly awaits his next words.
Hey, what? Oh, don't be so hasty, my lord. Come on, no, inspect me. I'm an inspector. It makes sense.
If I'm not mistaken about the things I've seen in court today, I'm fairly sure that I know who has the disc at the moment. Dude, he's right next to him, too. It makes sense. I'm willing to bet. That's why he was strangling him earlier. I think it's him, Mr. Nash. Well, I'll never.
Hey, what? Me? Him? That's crazy.
Well, bailiff, I guess we can't take away his lawyer license and put him back on a boat if we inspect a criminal. Restrain the witness and conduct a thorough search. Oh,
Please, my lord.
Inspector?
Scaliata has to object to the search.
Oh, yeah! Yes!
Unfortunately for you, Inspector, your objections carry no weight here.
I can't object. Huh? I'm a cop. What?
In this courtroom, only the prosecution and the defense have the authority to object.
But I wanna.
I have no idea what forces are in play that might influence your actions. But personally, I have no intention of obstructing the course of this trial. I'm gonna remember that you...
Bailiff, get him!
Yeah, baby. Hold on, boy. I don't know nothing about no disc. Mario! Cut it out.
Oh my god. Yeah. Bah. Here, my lord, in the witness's pocket, I found this little disc-like thing. Boom. I'm not even surprised. That's the only thing that made any sense. Dude, he was like, hey, did you steal something from me? Like, but he couldn't talk about it. Another music box disc. Well, I never.
I don't know nothing about it.
Dang, everybody here lying. God dang, bruh. Messed up. And the highest court in all Great Britain. Jeez. This is the second music box disc left behind by Magnus McGilded. It is not Inspector Gregson's.
Oh, crap. It's an honest mistake, really.
Oh, Mr. Skulkin. What do you got to say for yourself?
Gordon Bennett? Gordon Flaming Bennett? I swear I didn't know nothing about that disc. Honest to God.
Counsel, would you explain what exactly is going on? The alleged deal that was struck between the witness. Dang, that thing traveled far! And the detective, no? Without question, my lord. Then for pity's sake, why on earth has that man got the disc you're talking about? Inspector Gregson is a shrewd, calculating man who rarely loses his composure. But at one particular point in this trial, he exhibited some unusual behavior for a brief moment. I saw it because, you know, pretty good, but I don't recall what unusual behavior. It was, yes, during my cross-examination of Mr. Graydon. Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left the pawnbrokery that night, was it by any chance with the second disc in your pocket? I admit to nothing of the sort. Yeah, dude. Playing these games not like days apart, oh my god.
It's my hidden talent.
What? I'm sorry I made that noise. I'm just very excited right now. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, he didn't know. Thought me noggin was gonna fall clean off, I did. I was wishing I'd been born as me brother I was.
Oh, gosh. And what exactly happened to make the detective attack you like that?
I ain't got a clue. Just suddenly turned and grabbed me whilst I was like, whistle like that and started shaking me. Why the blazes didn't you mention the third gun?
When we got to the station, that's what he said, huh?
Yeah, they right down my ear hole, he did. My ear's still robbing through.
Oh, well, the way the detective behaved then was extremely out of character. But looking back now, it must have been then that he did what he did. That was the opportunity Inspector Gregson created for himself in order to hide the disc.
What? Hide it? I didn't even think of that. I thought, you know, once a thief, always a thief.
That does not help my case, Regina.
But, you know, maybe just saw it and was like, oh, what's this? Hold on, coaster? Once we get a place of our own, we can have it.
That makes sense. Oh my god. Well, bless my wig. He hit it?
Ah, you little.
But I'm afraid I fail to comprehend the motive here. If the detective had acquired the disc he was after, why on earth would he hide it? To hide the deal, man. He was looking out for himself. This is a court of law. He could have submitted the item as evidence. But then how to talk about how he acquired it. It would appear, my lord, that the inspector was not at liberty to do that. Why ever not? Oh, right, because it's government secrets, too. If that got out... As the man revealed earlier, his current assignment has some special conditions.
Yeah, my order was recover the medium used to convey the secrets leaked by the ministry and do it on QT. Don't tell nobody, especially not a gallery full of people.
Hush, hush, a top secret assignment? But we can't punish him for that. As far as we're aware, the information stolen comes from confidential government communications. It would seem that if the information were to be revealed in court as evidence, it would be problematic. Does that sum up the situation, Inspector?
I'm operating under direct orders from the ministry. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to answer that question.
So realizing there was a chance you may be searched here in court, you took steps to hide the disc you'd acquired from the witness.
Maybe he wasn't looking out for his own skin. You know, I like Lord Van Zeek's interpretation a little better than mine. All right. Does this mean he only pretended to attack Mr. Skulkin in order to get close to him? To plant the second disc on him? So it was all a pretense? Jeez. God dang. That's masterful. I don't know. Jesus Christ. I mean, he is the chief inspector. Well then, Mr. Gregson and you, Mr. Graydon, are you prepared to admit that the accusations made against y'all of this alleged deal? Well, are you gonna give up? Admit to it. Yours truly. Please! Mr. Graydon, come on. It's over. Clearly our Eastern visitor has an uncommonly active imagination. However, there's no proof that I passed that disc to the inspector. What? Are you for real? Then how do you explain the reason why you knew about the people? I'm under no obligation to explain. This is stupid. This is absolute chaos. I lied in my testimony, that I admit, so sentence me accordingly. But that is all that I ever admitted to. So, murder, leaking government secrets, striking a deal with a detective, all of it is this young Eastern man's fancy. I have no idea what any of that is about. Come on. Dude. Well, dude, come on. Judge, jury, somebody, help me out! What about you then, Gregson? Do you admit to making a deal with Mr. Graydon in order to acquire the disc, or not?
Ladies and gents of the jury, Scotland Yard Inspector, I declare this is nothing more.
Just tell the truth, Gregson, come on.
I'm acting in the best interest of the country. Whatever I've done is in the name of justice, all right? So, as a member of the public of the fine country that I live in, I'd like to think that justice will be your guiding light in making your decision.
I'm so disappointed. This is so messed up. We got him. It's just like Jezal Brett, bro. She's gonna get away. Graydon's gonna just get a light sentence. This is bullcrap. Rarely have I encountered such an extraordinary tumultuousness in the concluding of a trial. Nevertheless, in the absence of any further evidence to present, I believe it's time that we put the matter to the jury for their final leanings.
Well, now, as a fellow servant of Queen and country, I say I sympathize with the old inspector.
Yes, he's a dependable man, I'm quite sure. In service, one becomes a good judge of character.
I'm back, your favorite juror. Even crossing your eyes doesn't help when it comes to looking at this case. It's all blurry to me.
Well, as a fellow professional, I'd like to put my faith in the detective, really.
Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop. Currently present. You. Oh, come on!
The detective was very much trust in eyes. More than this, I cannot say.
I'm like absolutely so upset. Imagine doing this much work, this much detecting, and just even Herlock Sholmes busting down the door and almost passing out. And they're all just like, well, I don't know. This is messed up. There is no justice in this world. Bull crap. I'm so upset. Can't stop thinking about O.J. Simpson. Frick, I'm ticked. Ugh! They're gonna believe Gregson? They declare that decision now?
Is Ginny going to be found guilty?
If I don't manage to produce some definitive evidence right now, then we're gonna lose. Either some proof that Graydon killed Mr. Windabank, or stole those government secrets, or some evidence to force Gregson to admitting that he struck a deal with the witness. Nothing rings a bell. Well then, counsel, I think it's time to impose on the jurors to declare their final decisions, no? Well, she got some compelling evidence. Yeah,
thus far not presented.
If I let the judge call on the jurors to announce their leanings, Gina will be found guilty. And that can't happen. So we have to stall.
There's no choice then, Runo. You have to throw some more evidence at him.
That is hard to do. This is it now. It all comes down to this. Who do I present evidence against? Graydon or Gregson? What? I don't know. If we can't leave it to the jury, they're gonna F up because they're effing stupid. Have I used everything here? Absolutely every... No, I have not. I mean, I don't see how it could help, but what if there was a hint somewhere buried deep in there? Iris, I'm really sorry, but can I, just take a little peek? I'm not a fan, I promise. The Hound of the Baskervilles, huh?
That's right. I used Daddy's notes to write it. I think it's a great story. I don't know why Hurley forbid me to publish it, though.
No, it's strange, isn't it? Perhaps it's a problem with the title. Perhaps Mr. Sholmes is a family friend of someone who has that name or something?
Well, it doesn't have quite the same ring to it. I could change it to Hound of the Naruhodos.
I'm fairly sure that Sholmes is a friend of someone who has that name too. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna fly. Well, so much for that. Where's Sasato's notes? Hold up. Like, we still haven't wrapped it up. The whole kit and caboodle with, McGillicud's murder, or the murder that he committed. A surprise fourth witness testimony has resulted in an acquittal. Dang it. God effing dang it. I really don't know. What have we not done yet? Let me look back at the blood. I know this isn't real evidence. We still have yet to figure it out. Why he died. Why did thrice fired Mason have to die? What made McGillicud so mad he killed him in an omnibus? We know they were having a meeting, most likely, and they got on at the same time. Yes. Then, according to Jeannie, they were arguing really loud, and then it suddenly stopped because I guess McGillicud lost his temper. And they were... The discs. It's all... Dude, that pretty much confirms it. Mason made the discs. Holy crap, now you look at his face, he does look kind of like Ashley. They got the same color hair, and that's about it, actually. But, if that's the case, hold on. Dude, it's all about the discs. We need that second disc. If we get the second disc... Dude, alright. How do I present that as evidence, though? I don't know. I gotta go with Graydon. I'm pretty sure that's the right answer. I'm sorry, I locked it in. I know it's a 50-50, but sometimes you gotta be cavalier, right? Mr. Graydon, there's one final piece of evidence I'd like you to see. You misguided fool. Whatever you intend to show me now, you'll be wasting your time. I've nothing left to lose. I assure you I will admit to nothing. It's my last chance. Looks like we're gonna have to force his hand. I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh my god. I know what I want to say. I got two shots. Let's... I mean, he was trying to get it back so bad, dude. This whole trial, it's all about this disc. Please, video game. I know sometimes it's like, oh, you displayed the picture of the disc, not the disc itself. But dude, please work. The McGillicud music box disc, huh? The first disc of two, actually, which has already been placed in McGillicud's special music box, ready to play. I think perhaps it would be a good time to listen to the sound produced by the music box again. Only this time. Yeah, Yes, yes! With the second disc we've just now discovered! Oh, goodness, the disc?
No, wait, hold up. I can't let you do that. It's confidential.
Why not?
Because, well, because it's got nothing to do with the case. That's why.
No, you're wrong. That ties up everything. That's not true!
What?
The defense has already proposed that the sound heard by the court earlier from this music box were part of Morse code. And if we can prove it's Morse code, then everything falls into place. We know that Morse code comprises 2 distinct tones. The defense believes that the second disc contains the other tones! And now we have a chance to confirm that theory.
For crying out loud, Sunshine. We're talking about the state secrets here. Come on! If you're gonna let the whole courtroom hear confidential information, that's treason, man!
Then do you admit the charge? That in order to protect the state's secrets, you engaged in unlawful dealings? Huh?
You're mad. You let the secret info out of the public domain. You'll be making an enemy of the entire British government, you buffoon!
I don't care. Do it! Let's not forget, Inspector, that you, a Scotland Yard officer, leaked confidential case details to a witness. That you continue to lie in court. And all because by fair means or foul, you're determined to do your duty. Well, by fair means or foul, I'm prepared to do mine. Man, get him! So I'm not allowed to do my job because you're doing yours? Which is it then, Greggy?
Don't you dare. Oh, don't you dare!
I will stop at nothing to protect my client. I don't care who I make an enemy of. Homie's transformed. Jesus Christ, now hold up. Where's this coming from? You dropped that glass, you punk! My lord, if you please, the court must hear the sounds made from that box.
Come on, Van Siegs, for pity's sake. Quit simping. Stop him! Stop him!
Oh, God. Enough. Inspector, you should know my methods by now. I'm a prosecutor. I'm no Scotland Yard puppet. Yeah! In this courtroom, my duty is the law. So I propose me a toast to uncovering the truth. By fair means or foul. Homie's getting demoted. God damn, my homie no more. All right, the defense stance here and that of the prosecution may be very clear. Therefore, in accordance with the defense request, pop it in. The court now listen as the music box is set in operation once more. Both sides. It's done. We won.
You said that like 12 times, Johnny.
I know. A time with the second disc in place and both discs playing at the same time. Get her done. Let's go, baby. Hope it sounds like my song. Judge's Paradise. Listen to that. It's unmistakable now. It is Morse code. Wow. Who said hold it?
All right, I admit it. Whoa, whatever you want, but for the love of God, shut that balloon box off now.
Okay, dang. Could've just said, hey, that's enough, man. Well, are we all in agreement now? I think now I'd like the jury to have their, time. Let me ask you again then. Inspector Gregson. Did you, or did you not, strike a deal with the witness next to you in the stand, Mr. Ashley Graydon? Specifically, did you furnish the witness with the confidential case details in exchange for this music box disc? Did you reveal the existence of the peephole in the pawnbroker store?
I did.
Jesus. What are you doing, man?
It's all exactly like the young Eastern lawyer said. When the trial resumed after the recess, we were to study and to stand together. And that's when he approached me with a deal.
Shut up, you imbecile! You! Shut up!
Hey, don't tell me to shut up, boy. I'll beat you. Oh!
You there. You're the detective who turned up at the pawnbroker the other day, weren't you? I may have something you're looking for, Inspector. With me in this very moment. So how about a trade? I suggest you accept. or information that you may have certain individuals uncomfortable will soon become your very public indeed. Jesus. I mean, you kind of have to defend him. He's only doing his job. Couldn't let the info become public knowledge, not in any circumstances, so I accept the man's proposal and told him details about the case that should have been put in the clear. And, well, people in the storeroom door and the bloodstains on the overcoat. By giving false testimony, the witness intended to have the defendant wrongly accused of murder. Gregson, that's low, man. My God. Inspector, you knew that. Yet you still revealed those details to facilitate the witness's perjury? I didn't say I was proud of it or nothing. But yeah, I did. Then it turned out the people had only been there the night and after the incident took place, so Scotland Yard wasn't aware of that. I'm perfectly honest, so. Well, Mr. Graydon, what do you to say for yourself? There's nothing and no one left for you to hide behind. You're stuck at a deal with the inspector in order to escape conviction of a very serious crime. Namely this. You are the third intruder who broke into the pawnbrokery that night in question. And you perpetrated the murder of the proprietor, Mr. Pop Windabank! You. Oh my God. Whoa! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Greggy, run! Traitor! Hey, whoa, 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 I got it! Sweet baby Jesus, oh, mother of pearl! Oh, no, come on, help me! Mama, me! God dang! This is awful! Bailiff, restrain that man! Do your job at once! Jesus, the Skulkin brothers got out of there quick. I hope Greggy's okay. I know he did a bad thing, but man... That's it then. It's all over. Right. Right. I despise my life growing up. Those slums are vile places. I was cursed from birth. Born into poverty, the son of a penniless artisan. My parents did nothing but quarrel all day long. What little money they had was never spent on me. Been there before. I have been. Jeez. So I set about studying to better myself, to one day escape that hellhole. And you eventually became a communications officer? Well, I must say, I admire your determination. But then you decided to try to sell government secrets, didn't you? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I wanted money. Even now, years later, the nightmares of my life in the slums wake me in the small hours. I wanted to drown them out. With more money than anyone who lived in that squirrel could ever imagine. Then one day I met him. Mr. Magnus McGilded. How many lives are you gonna ruin, man?
You're a fiend with a square talent. You are. I've money to throw your way if you're interested. All you need to do is go along with me little plan now.
God dang. Money really is the root of all evil. I was to steal the ministry's telegraphic messages. And McGilded would buy them for a handsome sum. And I was responsible for inspections of the ministry's communications office. It was a simple enough task. I love the devil's offerings. How easily it is to succumb. But you must surely realize the seriousness of the crime you're committing. For that reason, I took great lengths to ensure that my actions were untraceable. By using the music box. My father was a brickmaker. Though my mother divorced him when I was still a child. Yes, Mr. Milverton. That's right. He was very skilled with his hands. He'd once been a music box maker apprentice. I imagined his skills would be sufficient to create a machine that could generate Morse code. So I sought out my father again to employ his services. It was the first time I'd seen him since I left the slums 10 years ago. Man, that's just so sad.
Look at you, Ashley. What a fine gent you become, eh?
He was a different man to me, the one in my memory. A thin, frail old man. But poverty had never broken him. Never corrupted him like it had me. I was sure he wouldn't help me if I told him the real reason. So I made up a story. I've got some work for you, Father. I need some music box discs made.
Music box discs, eh?
A musician friend of mine has written some music he wants to sell to the public. I've brought the score with me. There are 2, actually. I'd be delighted, son.
It's been 20 years since I did any work like this, though. Fetch my tools, would you? They're in the loft.
Oh, he's probably just so happy to see his son, man. Oh my god. That's so evil. God dang it. I hate this so much. Oh my god. Ace Attorney, you've outdone yourself once again. Jesus Christ. That's how I managed. That's how I had him make the 2 discs. Thereby splitting the information in 2. You were taking considerable precautions indeed. It was to protect myself much as anything. It meant that I could deal with McGilded in 2 separate transactions. The first involved the first of the 2 discs and the music box for playing them. I exchanged them with McGilded for 10 guineas. Then, on receipt, on the second disc, he would pay me 1,000 guineas. Jesus. So what happened on the Omnibus 2 months ago? Was the second part of the deal? The exchange of the second disc. Yes. I'd sold the man information that way a number of times already. But it seems he became reluctant to part with his money. Typical. That doesn't quite make sense, Mr. Graydon. For why was it that on the Omnibus 2 months ago, your father, Mr. Milverton, was the one dealing with McGilded, not yourself? Yeah, what's up with that? When I received 1,000 guineas after my first completed dealing with McGilded, I decided to give 200 to my father for his troubles. But he probably got suspicious, I bet. My father realized something was amiss. In time he worked out that I must be involved in something dubious. And when he did, he said to me,
"Next time there's an exchange, you let your old man do it, understand? Otherwise, I won't take your money no more."
Jesus Christ, and he took the fall for his son instead. What the heck? I gotta make the video, but man, I can't even talk anymore. That's just too cruel. That was my father's way of dealing with it, I suppose. Climb into the omnibus and hand over the second disc. And take the money from McGilded, that's it. He had no idea what was actually on the disc I'd taken from him to make. He never knew. Just like I'll never know why everything went so horribly wrong that night. All I know is that the disc was taken from him, and he never returned home. We're doing this again? What? It was only then that I found out what sort of a monster McGilded really was. So after 10 years of not once uttering it, I swore on my father's name. To exact revenge. But the dude already dead. What? Revenge? Huh? As anyone with even the remotest knowledge of the man will no doubt be able to imagine, McGilded brought all his wealth and influence to bear in the most despicable of ways. To crush any semblance of justice in his trial. Huh? You lost me. I don't know. What? The crime scene was tampered with. Evidence was fixed. And witnesses were bribed. That trial 2 months ago was a farce from the start to finish. I mean, I knew that much, but my feet had barely touched British soil back then. And I walked into the hornet's nest completely unaware of the sinister background of it all. It's not even fair, bruh. Why couldn't I get something easier? That's stupid.
I'd made plenty of money out of my dealings with McGilded by then, so I spared nothing in my arrangements 2 months ago. I knew exactly who to hire. Oh my. If you're willing to pay the price, there are people in this city willing to do anything you ask. McGilded himself hadn't shown me that.
Are you saying that?
I think you have the picture now. After he twisted everything to his favor in this courtroom to ensure that he walked free, I took matters into my own hands and delivered the justice that monster deserved.
How? How would you know he'd get inside the omnibus? I don't get it.
That tragic accident following the trial 2 months ago was planned and executed by yours truly.
There it is.
God, I didn't even see that coming. Holy crap!
McGilded's death that day was by you? Oh.
Everything's ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me in the courtroom.
Sis, officer. That's sooner than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I could be a peasant for it to myself.
This is next level.
What? Was Graydon dressing up as the Bobby? Or is that like the person they hired? Oh my god. So the policeman, you could tell McGilded you could examine the omnibus again?
That's right, an imposter hired by me. McGilded used his wealth to manipulate the trial. He paid people to adulterate the omnibus with all manner of false evidence. He threatened the witnesses to lie in their testimony. And so I gave the man a taste of his own medicine. Once the omnibus was doused in paraffin, one of my sham policemen ushered McGilded inside and sent him on a one-way journey to hell. And that's it. An eye for an eye. That's how I avenged my father's death.
Holy moly. A spawn chilling a cow indeed. My god.
But that wasn't the end of it for me. There was a loose end, you see.
Alright, finally. Explain what happened. For real, the pawnbrokers.
Yes, I should think it's obvious. The second disc which my father had taken to exchange with McGilded.
Yes. There was indeed no mention of it in the man's trial 2 months ago. Clearly because it had been removed from the scene of the crime.
When I realized it was missing, I remembered something. Something from the first time I dealt with McGilded.
Huh? Oh, this is new info.
This is the first of 2 discs, and the music box you need to play them.
Well, look at that now. What an ingenious little invention. So then, as promised, 10 guineas for you, young man.
What is this? Windabank's pawnbrokery?
Aye, 'tis a pawnbroker ticket, so it is. You can use it to redeem an article I've deposited there for you. There's no need to give me your name. Just hand over the ticket and tell Fiend of what's what aboard. I've put a jewel in pawn for you. I'll fetch a good 10 guineas if you sell it, so it will.
Never heard of a pawnbroker being used quite that way before.
Have you not, Mr. Graydon? London's pawnbroker is a very useful place, you know. Each one is like a extremely secure vault.
That's how we learned about... Oh my god. He even had that extra layer of security too. With poor Windabank, man. He probably never knew. Jesus Christ.
So I knew that if he'd taken steps to hide the disc, it'd be in the pawnbrokery somewhere. And that on that night he killed my father, he must have entrusted the ticket to someone.
That's how he knew to go check there. Then how did he know Gina had it? Oh, right. No, yeah, what? No, how did he know Gina had it? What the? I remember now. That when we first met you at the Windabanks 2 days ago, You had a description, Miss Lestrade, written down. How did you know who you were looking for?
From the trial. That pickpocket's testimony was clearly peculiar. Anyone could see that. Dang. I realized immediately that she was another McGilded's pawns. That he must have threatened her somehow. I was fairly convinced it would be her who had the ticket, so I started to make some inquiries. I had a strong suspicion the girl would come out of the woodwork on the redemption deadline. And he was absolutely right. Jeez. Right up to the day. And yes, sure enough, she did. And I needed to do what to wait until the girl went to Windabank's to redeem the article. But unfortunately, she redeemed only McGilded's overcoat and the one disc that was in its pocket. The all-important music box with the second disc inside was missing. Wait, missing on the day?
Because it had already been forfeited 2 days earlier.
But I was unaware of that fact. Had I not been, I could have avoided my nighttime excursion. Meanwhile, I was investigating in the stolen government secrets that was progressing. Picked up the fact that McGill was involved and,
Inspector, you're still sitting next to the guy after all this? Wow.
Nah, I'm on the other side of the table. I can't get to me that easy. Well, this would have covered the stolen info as quickly as possible. So we start gathering the fella's possessions and examining whatever we could to get our hands on. Yeah, we had a full-scale investigation going on out in the yard. Had to keep it as quiet as we could, see? So much for that, huh?
Then when the inspector took the disc from me in the pawnbrokery that day, I became nervous. I was sure the music box and the second disc were still there in the shop somewhere else. So I knew that it was a race against time. I had to find those articles what the police did. So that's what prompted you to break into the place that night. With the help of the Skulkins, yeah. Wow, that's actually what the text says. I can't believe it. What happened that night in the pawnbrokery, I can only describe as a nightmare. While Nash and Ringo were searching the counter, I'd located the music box I'd sold to McGilded on the shelves of a forfeit articles.
And the second disc was inside.
Yes, I slipped it in my pocket with a very deep sigh of relief. Then something entirely unexpected happened.
What are you doing to my shop? Blammo!
Huh? Oh, right. You got shot. That confirms that's the bullet. A gunshot rang out in the shop, and I felt a sharp pain in my left arm.
The broker fired his gun, and the bullet pierced your limb, it appears.
Yes, exactly. But unfortunately, I decided to bring my own gun with... There we go. I decided to bring my own gun with me that night just in case. Huh? Wait. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. But the gun was through his back. Before I knew it, what was happening, I fired back. The man had already turned to flee. I hadn't intended to fire in his direction, much less kill him. But unfortunately for both of us, the bullet hit home. I'd struck him in the middle of his back as he fled through the storeroom door for refuge. He never intended to kill Windabank? You're kidding. A sorry tale. A sorry, sorry tale indeed. It all took place in the blink of an eye. I don't imagine Nash and Ringo even realized what had happened. I was terrified, so I fled. And that's the whole story. That's everything that happened at Windabank's on that wretched night. Jesus Christ. This whole time I just thought there was just nothing but pure malice in his heart. I mean, I know he was selling secrets, and that's... This sucks. I don't even feel good about this anymore. Gina's still getting on trial for perjury. Bro. It's not much of a happy ending, is it?
Earlier you called McGilded a monster. A man who uses wealth and influence to distort the facts and escape justice for the crime of murder. What tragic irony. But what you have done is exactly the same thing. You've become the very monster you saw and despise so deeply in McGilded.
He's not wrong. But dang, kicking him while he's down. Yes, I think I have.